So we just watched Freak.
19
First time for both of us.
1932.
1932. The
Classic.
infamous.
Infamous.
Film. It was been banned for many years.
The only way I knew about
it
this
was
film,
not what I expected at all.
No, absolutely not. The only way I knew about this was the gal who lived at the Curtin Mansion was a cinephile, and she had this big fat book to order DVDs for all types of movies, all, international, old, blah, blah, blah. So that's the first time I heard of it. Then I saw a review of it from a certain RLM, and I found that review, after seeing this film, completely disingenuous and lacking any depth or understanding of the movie or the characters in the movie.
It was a trip, man.
Beyond the fact that they were circus freaks.
They were actual, yeah.
They were actual, and I hate to think that this is part of the reason, because I know in America in the turn of the century there was a big eugenics push, and if you don't know what eugenics is, look it up, kids. Scary. And that this could be like, oh yeah, we don't need these unfortunates or these malcontents, because look what they do when normal stuff happens.
Well,
so basically the story is that there's these circus freaks. It seems like it's just a circus of, well, no, because there was the clown.
No, it was a freak show in a circus.
Yes, okay,
that was part of a troupe.
Traveling circus.
Yeah, a troupe, and it was just happened to be about that part of the circus or whatever, and there was all kind of weird drama going on, and it was weird, man.
Okay, so the first drama, well, I wouldn't call it drama, like, I guess it's the love story.
Yeah.
The ingenue and the clown.
There's several love stories in it.
Yes.
They're all, like, in love with each other.
It's like a box of fucking gerbils,
It was weird, man. And then the two little people, and then, his thing with the other gal. It was just...
And then that one pinhead that was just loving on that German gal.
And I guess he was affluent somehow. He had money, and the gal was after him for his money and kept hitting him up for loans, and then was going to poison him and kill him for his money.
Was poisoning him.
Yeah.
And to go out with the Hercules, the strongman, he didn't even look like Sandow.
Right.
That guy wasn't bigger than one of my legs.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was trippy.
But
it really was. It was, again, not what I expected at all.
I actually found it very heartwarming and
in some ways,
very wholesome, because this is the group, these misfits, and we've seen this, and
they're all featured because they are actually really people with no legs or no arms,
anything, just a head and a torso and a body. Yeah,
right. Yeah, the little slug dude, whatever he was.
There was two of them,
and
there was a white one and a black one.
Yeah, and
but watching that one guy light that cigarette that was amazing. That was absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and he
rolled it.
Yeah.
He rolled it himself with his mouth and then lit it.
And then he was also the one in the classic that he had the knife in his mouth going after this guy. And so the guy being the Hercules character that had the gal try to kill the little affluent midget, and they all just ganged up on him. And that is great. That was what was heartwarming for me to see.
They were looking out for their own, man.
Yeah.
Because he was not one of them. He was the strong man. He wasn't one of the freaks. And, they weren't going to go for that. They weren't playing either, man.
Plus, the strong man was trying to rape the ingenue.
Right.
So they weren't going to have none of that anyway.
He was going for both of those gals.
Yeah.
And
one for the money, two for the show, right?
Oh, my God. He was kind of a douche.
Yeah. So I found it a very heartwarming and compelling show because...
Especially for the time.
Yes. Because they were...
But it was based on a book.
It was.
It was. In the credit, there's this thing based on a book about, this freak's book, and I'm sure it was probably even deeper with all the interpersonal relationship stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'd kind of like to read it and find it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
And be on my books I need to read before I die.
eBay.
But, if you haven't seen it, I mean...
It isn't offensive. There isn't any nudity. There isn't any blood.
And it's not really as exploitative as
they say
the reputation precedes it. Right.
This is what's going on in this.
It just
a slice of life.
Real,
right?
Sideshow people.
Yeah.
In these roles, and they actually acted and played their roles, and it wasn't like it was just
You mean
an exploitation of their freakishness.
you mean there was representation?
It's just the fact that it's called freaks,
Yeah.
and that's a kind of a derogatory term, you know. And
So representation in 32 before they even got on this kick about representation. So
no, because they were all well represented.
Yes.
They were real people. They weren't just freaks of nature to be ogled at. It was, you know, you got to kind of get to know them a little bit.
All right, but the half man, half woman thing, that was weird.
All of it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the he, she thing.
But I love the people that only had feet,
but I mean,
and then they would
there
smoke
were
cigarettes.
Hermaphrodites. I mean, that was probably what that person was.
Yeah.
It's just a hermaphrodite.
And that the great joke, she likes me, he doesn't.
Right. Yes.
But the people that had feet, they were eating with them, using utensils, and they were smoking. It was great. It was a nice wholesome movie. I would say it's wholesome.
Surprisingly.
Yes.
Yes.
They looked after their own. They ain't taking shit from nobody.
And it did have a story and a plot to it. It wasn't just meaningless, just exploitation of.
And then at the end, everybody's, you know, the clown and the ingenue are together. They're all kind of gussied up too.
They had kind of a happy ending at the end.
Yeah, and then the little guy, the affluent little guy, and the other small person,
right?
Whatever.
His little girlfriend.
Was it the girlfriend? Was she really a girlfriend, or was it just the other one was taking advantage?
Because they were kind of, you know, they had a thing.
Okay.
I think it was more on hers than his.
Yeah.
At one point, but
because he just wanted to climb the mountain. I get it. Yeah.
Right, and but in the end, they ended up together, and it was charming.
Yeah. Alrighty. Tell us if you've seen it. Tell us if you want to see it. Let us know. Like, share, and subscribe.